Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This is Prince Hakeem.
And this is your man, Ronnie Rod.
It's your boy, New Jordan. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Take off.
People, we're not even playing with y'all today. You see what the title is? Let's not sit here and cut the chase to chase.
Right.
Black people never had a fair chance of anything in America. Let's get that straight. And still to this day, when people question why economically we're not where we're supposed to be, we tend to want to point the fingers at ourselves. We can at times, but for the overall system of the thing, it never was meant to work in our favor. Am I wrong, fellas?
That's fact.
Now that fact. So
that's facts.
Never meant to work in our favors. Now, and I want people to realize this. And there's a special video I want to go see by Forbes where it talks about how racial terror still affects Black wealth. Now, I'm going to run down. People heard about the thing that happened in Elaine.
Yes.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, Durham, North Carolina, and other micro enclaves of Blacks that was tend to see where we was getting to the place. We've always talked about this. Segregation was the best thing that ever happened to us. We had no choice but to work and deal with our own people. So we had more Black millionaires and people come. But as soon as the light was shining and the sun was rising on us, white folks made the sun set on us that same time. I'm speaking on this point because we talk about economics here. We talking about group economics. We also talk about how racism still affects Black wealth to this day. You can go sell your house. You're not going to get it appraised at the right place. You can go sell your car. You're not going to get it appraised at the right price if you're dealing with our beloved white boy. But if you go deal with your peoples, or if you go deal with the Hispanic man, because he has no dog in this fight, what we going through with the mother folks. Am I wrong?
Facts.
The Hispanic man is our light-skinned brothers. So when we're talking about how racism is affecting Black wealth, I want to just get into one more point, and I want y'all to think. Because when I seen the special and how they were scaring a lot of Black people from these places, and how the white people took the lands of the Black people who ran away, took it, got wealthy on it, and never repaid none of them back. That's just one corner. Then I also heard a segment where when we was in a Reconstruction age and Blacks was sharecroppers, they had white folks at the little corner stores where they was making Black people take credit at astronomical prices. Our beloved white boys, y'all know right with y'all numbers, and we was still in debt. So does that look like we had an opportunity to be a powerhouse? I wish I had a Black man that was a Bill Gates.
Or Jeff Bezos.
I wish we had a Kareem Bezos. I wish we had us a Jamal Bates. You know what I mean? Or a Mark Ifatunde. Our Black version of Facebook. But we never had the chance. But listen, at some point, Black people couldn't even get capital at one point to even start a business.
Yeah.
But when you believe in God and we won our spiritual people, now is the time that we can combat this whole racism thing that has been affecting us from now. The generations prior before us did not have the opportunity they have now.
Facts.
And brothers, I want y'all to chime in, because I want y'all to time in. Like, do you know what I mean? Is racism still affecting Black wealth?
In certain levels, yes, and certain levels, no. Because now, like you said, now we have more opportunity than we had back before back in the 1950s and the 1960s and also the 70s. So opportunity for Black to win is economical. Like we can win on all different areas, from finances to sports, you name it, we can win. However, it's just that sometimes because of integration, it causes us to be at the bottom toe, because now everything is all fair game. And you already know when everything is all fair game, it's always going to favor the opposite side, which is the white community, because they the one that's capitalizing. We live in a capitalist society. So when Blacks understand the whole meaning of a capitalist society, we have to know how to capitalize within the society in which we live in. But we don't have group economics. We don't do anything within our group. We go outside our group. So that's why racism gonna always play a part, because if you go to the other side of the fence and you know they don't like you, but yeah, you continue to go to the other side of the fence. But whose fault is that? It's not their fault, it's yours.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Do you think that racism plays a part on the wealth gap that Black people has, with the predatory laws that they have, with redlining?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it does, because the white counterpart are the one that's creating these laws, or creating these actions, or creating all these things to go against the opposite side, which is us, because of the whole construct of us trying to integrate with them. You can't integrate with enemy. You can't integrate with somebody that don't like you. It doesn't make any sense.
100%.
You put yourself in the hole. You get what I'm saying? So you put yourself in the hole. Now you can win in this society, because at the end of the day, we talk about it all the time. The United States, the only color they see is green.
Yeah, and we're products. We're products of that green. Black people, listen.
Yes, actually, our money is worth more than the white money, and it's a fact.
No, definitely. But also look at it from this standpoint too. A lot of people got mad when Akon said Black people was never meant. America was never meant to benefit Black people.
No, but it's true. Remember, because we pretty much are strangers within the land. We are strangers here. Remember, they brought us here to use us so they can captivate, and our whole point of is to get to learn the resources and to go back where we came from. But yet we stayed in the land, which is nothing wrong. We stay in the land and we integrated with them in the land. So you can't get upset if the other part is winning, because they only came for a certain amount of time.
And they like to take things, like they like to take us from Africa. They like to take stuff when America was there too. They just like to take stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're looking at it from this point and trying to understand. And I tell people this, I say, hey, why people got so mad at them when Black people never really benefit? We can't even get out of a certain hump.
But to be honest with you, Hakeem and Jordan, it was never meant for us to own a home. It was only meant for us just to work, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? Things change when they started saying that. In the 1950s, things started to change, because they started saying Black is more resourceful in the aspect of, because remember, we was working most of the time, and when you're working, they got to pay you for your wages. So we're working as much as the whites are, so we're getting paid more than them. You get what I'm saying? But the problem is, we didn't use our resources correctly. Now, at the time, there was a certain amount of Blacks that was owning homes and owning land, but they didn't know they didn't have the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Like we have today. They didn't have the knowledge. So that's why a lot of them got robbed from the land. A lot of stuff was stripped from them because they wasn't too knowledgeable of how to use their resources correctly.
The thing that I'm stressing right now is, and There's very few people that have been able to do this. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, they've been able to get our people to rally behind them to produce something. And to be honest with you, this is no disrespect to them. They haven't provided anything that helped us with anything.
Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna tell you too, because you named Umar and Tariq Nasheed, they didn't do anything. Sorry, Joe, you were saying something?
No, I was agreeing. Go ahead, finish, Ronnie.
No, I was gonna say because Hakeem named Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed, they the one capitalizing while the community is not.
No, and that's my point. So we have these little pockets where people are helping us.
That's the leadership is getting all the
that people are helping us to try to combat the racism and stuff like that. But what these guys are offering doesn't do anything for us economically. You have one person building a school, the other person wants to build a museum.
Yeah, and with the museum, it's here in Los Angeles, and I know where the spot is at where Tariq Nasheed bought the property, and it's right across from Lamar Park.
But the problem is, joining the whole purpose of being in these schools and being in these museums, when it's just going to give us more and more of a setback. We go to school to get the education of black.
Yeah,
I want to store to get the.
Yeah, what I want to add is it's like, okay, that's cool, but they're not impacting what they're trying to do yet, because they have the money, they're doing this, but we're not seeing anything. That's a problem.
No. So look at it from that standpoint. While the white boys, the Asian boys, the Korean boys, they're running circles around us here. In a place that you built, even though it wasn't supposed to benefit for you, you was not supposed to benefit, but we steady crying, knowing that I'm about to say, white folks don't play fair.
That's why I said earlier, they like to take stuff. They like to take things.
White folks
because
don't.
Remember, when you live in a capitalist society means we're not playing fair.
Yeah.
It's whoever gets the ball win. Whoever gets the first tackle, that's it.
Yeah.
So the only thing you gotta learn how to play the games with them.
No, you do have to know how to do, but there is something that a lot of us do when we start businesses we don't do. We never go back home to our peoples. Not a lot of us don't do that. We tend to try to service the white folks. You know that, right?
Huh?
A lot of us create businesses and stuff like that and want to serve white folks and want us to cater to white folks and do this when
remember that's why I said earlier, we know how to be resourceful.
Yeah.
But our resourceful don't benefit us, it benefits them at the end of the day. So we're doing the same thing we've been doing.
Listen, you're right. Listen. We need to have a segregated mindset.
Yeah, but then remember, if you have a segregated mindset, they're gonna be like, "You being racist now."
That's not being racist. The Asians do it every day. You can't go to China. Listen, you can't go to Chinatown and go get you an apartment.
But there are some areas in America that's already segregated.
Basically,
yeah. I could say we already live in segregated.
We need a segregated mindset.
Yeah. Or keep that mindset. Or if we are segregated, keep that mindset.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. But that's what I'm saying. So when the black people create something, they're gonna I might call them racist. Go ahead.
That's no problem. Listen. I want to be racist like my beloved white boy. Please, I learned from him. I'm learning, and I want him to teach me what can I do to benefit my people. So the question is, if we know the odds is against us, and we know they ain't playing for, we already know before you played Monopoly, he already controlled the property and the money. You literally just got out of you. The one thing he did for you, he let you go out of jail and gave you $200. He gave you $200 donation money. The white folks love giving you donations. They're not gonna give you anything to make you build anything, but they'll give you a donation. Hey, my brother, I know you slumming. Here's a couple dollars and some sheets and maybe some Dickie pants for you to wear.
And some socks.
some socks. Oh, they love giving out socks.
They love giving out socks.
That's crazy.
Oh, listen, it's so crazy. No matter where in America, white folks will give you some socks, like making sure your feet is coming.
Your feet, your cozy. They're like, yo, here's some socks.
Listen,
No, but it's true. I don't mind the separation, but my thing is,
no.
Is, our mindset have changed for Black joiners. They have to have a separation mindset.
Listen, I'm not saying separate. We can't separate from the white boy. We need them there because you want to know we're gonna have to do business. I said we need to have it in our mind because you want to know why. Let me elaborate what I'm trying to say. The odds is not playing fair against us. They're not playing fair with us. So what we do, if you know you can't go to the white boy for help, go back home to your peoples. Hey, let me dibble and dabble with the Jamaicans. Let me dibble dabble with the Nigerians. Let me dibble and dabble with the niggas from Compton, with the niggas from Inglewood. Hey, can I go over here? Can I go over here? No matter how hard it is, you're gonna dibble and dabble with your people. Hey, if you need you some money, fuck it, we just gonna go to a black bank and see what they need to do to get the money from them. That's what I mean, like have a segregated mindset, meaning that if it's available and your people provide it, you go there first before you go to the second person. Did I explain?
Yeah. There you go.
Now, mind you, before we get to this here, we have a lot of jokers in our community who is helping with putting us back 100 years with the white folks. A lot of you flim flam, bojangling, sambo ass dudes who are making money off the community. I'm not gonna mention no names. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're going to expose you. And when we expose you, we're going to take your trinkets, melt down the gold, and use them as handcuffs to put you in handcuffs. You Sambos. We need products, services that's going to help push the people forward. And when I say this, if you are a person of African descent, we need to help you push you forward. That's all I'm saying. Because listen here, they're not playing for. Listen, let's start talking some serious stuff right now. They pushing black people out of Miami.
Yeah. Fact.
But the news just, I don't know if you've seen the news. Miami's the most least affordable place to live right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Past LA.
Right.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But for me, I saw that coming. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
We all saw it coming.
That's facts.
But let me ask you a question. A lot of these people who call these house flippers, none of these guys come back to the ghetto to make affordable housing for the brothers, do they? No. They do a quick flip and get. You have a lot of these black house flip, a quick flip and get, because it's not about the collective. It's about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't need no more community centers. We need data centers. We need we need plumbers. We need builders to start to get this thing to going. This is what I'm saying. Now we're going a little bit left, but I want the people and the viewers to listen to what I'm saying. And if you're listening to me and you're white, hey, I'm not talking about you. I could be talking about you, but hey, if you get offended, so be it. I don't have the same opportunity as you have as far as your folks ain't playing fair. Because you want to know something? If we had a nice leveling playing field, we'll run circles. So what I'm saying is this, for us to combat this, we need to get back into what we know best. Let's get back to a Tulsa, Oklahoma mindset before the bomb. Let's get back to a Tulsa, Oklahoma mindset before the bombing. When you was not allowed to do business with white folks, do business with your people. If your homeboy selling concrete, let's go get concrete from him. Now, mind you, when I say this, I'm also I'm in grouping our Hispanic brothers and sisters with us too. You can go to them. You can do business with them. But before you do business with our brothers, our light-skinned brothers and sisters, make sure the dark-skinned brothers and sisters have what you got first. If I'm going to go get my toenails and my nails cut, I'm going to go see if there's a black nail shop. If I'm going to open up a business, which I am, we starting to do this. Let me see if the people in my neighborhood need this. Hey, I do logos, I do designs, I do this and that. What you need? That's why I say have a segregated mindset. When I say segregate, talk to your people first before you go outside. Because you cannot go to the richest white area and set up shop. They'll move you out there within less than 2 days. If y'all brothers want to comment on that, you know?
No, but it's true. The stuff you made, everything you stated is pretty much true. But to get a mindset of Tulsa, Oklahoma, you gotta understand something. This generation of black people we are taught to be spenders, not builders.
Listen, you're right. Look what just look. Not to get too much in my business. Look what just happened to me before we started the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get mad because you want to know why? That was a white boy business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? If it was my brother who I was working for, what my brother called me and say, hey, and mind you, if he would have let me go, I would have understand. I was like, hey, you think we could work something out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's the issue we're having. We're not taught to be builders. We're taught to be spenders and to be remember that I even said just to be workers.
The worker, listen, look how it is. I would look at the disposition we're in right now. I can't even find a place to go work for my brother. I gotta go work for somebody else. And they're not even treating me right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you know what's the worst day of the year of us being a black people as spenders? It's Black Friday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we spend the most on Black Fridays.
Yep.
Now, this is the funny thing is we are spenders, but imagine if that same terminology we can use because we are spenders. Let's say every black person in America capitalized the stock market and bought everything in the stock market. That's how you capitalize. Because we are spenders. If we spend things on the right things, we can generate wealth easily because we spend.
Right. We're not investing, we're spending, right?
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like we live in a place that I keep saying we live in a land of opportunity. There's ways for us to win, but we choose to win we choose not to win. We choose to be like everybody else, just regular folks, patching through the land. No, that's all we are.
And I agree with you 100%, but I also say this too. If we're not doing nothing that's going to benefit anybody in the collective, it's an issue, man. That's why you have a lot of these jokers who come in and rob the community. People that look like you got people who don't look like us and people who look like us who rob the community.
Remember, prime example. Look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan made a comment. He even said his comment, but a lot of people got upset. But I kind of understand his comment. He was like, "I didn't make Jordan for black people." He's right. He was trying to capitalize against the white folks. But who invests more into Jordan? Black people.
Black people, yeah. Listen, what?
You get what I'm saying? He was trying to get white dollars. He wasn't trying to get black dollars because he said black people. He already knew the concept. Black people spend a lot. We were supposed to spend on certain things, but we are quick to go buy a pair of Jordans. I have a pair. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a couple of pairs of Jordans.
I've never owned a pair of Jordans.
You know, I already know. A lot of people don't want pair.
Y'all see that name right there, so.
I know.
Hey, I own a lot. I don't own some Jordan Gear, but you know, like I said,
I've never, me personally, I've never just owned. I never even had a, I couldn't even afford to get them. I'm gonna keep it 100. I know people right now.
looking at a joint catalog and knowing what joint coming out in a couple of days from now.
Well, you can make money. But like I said, I can tell you there are some black people who are making money by selling Jordan shoes.
No.
Which is facts. That is
Yeah,
facts.
definitely. But you know what I'm saying? And that's good. But you want to know, so when we start talking about the collective, it doesn't benefit us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are little offset stuff, which is nice, but where's something that's going to benefit us? Right. And that's the only thing that I'm saying. If we're going to be dealing with this landscape of us fighting to create black wealth while we have these certain obstacles against us, what are we going to do to combat that?
Start getting white dollars, because now white people have been getting black dollars. It's time to everything reverse now. It's time for black people to get white dollars.
Listen, when them idiots at CNN was talking about the black expenditure, that wasn't nothing good for a nigga to be hearing. That don't do nothing for us. It just sounds like all our money's dumping into other places.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's the funny thing. We have a platform like this, and we have a platform like this at this time, and people barely donate here. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is what I'm saying. People, we are trying to create something, to bring something to the table, to bring something to for our people, so we can benefit. So let's try to combat this situation by focusing on us first. And you want to know something? Reading, understanding the landscape, and how we can come back there. The only way we're going to do this is only working together, really.
Facts.
That's really all I got to say on that.
Well, you already know what my concept is for us to understand our worth. That's the only thing is. That's the only thing we can elevate ourselves when we understand our worth and who we know who we are. And I would say, and now I think we really have to do research on the days of old. We need to go back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and see how they used to do things back then. How the nation, how did the NOI had a group together and able to win during the 1960s under Jim Crow laws? How did those multiple black businesses all around North Alabama, South Carolina, and even Florida, up North Florida, had a lot of black businesses. So when we understand our history, learn from the history, we can recreate that history again. And we need to learn how to stop being spenders and be more like builders. We need to start building more. That's the only way things to change. Go ahead, Jordan.
And also invest in each other too. Have small investment. Mr. Invest in each other. You know, you don't have to do it by yourself. You know, you have get a couple of investors, black investors, and see, and you have to build from that.
Yep.
So that's my final thoughts right there.
That's it.
And not only that, Hakeem, we even talk about so many times of buying land. Coming together, we could come together and buy land. That's what I'm saying. There's land right now for sale. Instead of buying the house, buy land.
Basically.
Yeah.
Which is a great investment for generations to come.
Right.
Those are the stuff that we need to be educated on. But those are things that they're not giving the educator on. So that's why you just have to do it yourself. You already know, man. That being said, KR Culture Radio.
We out.
We out.
Peace.